Have you ever felt that quiet that's left behind when someone you thought would be in your life forever is suddenly just gone? Man, it hurts. But what if that emptiness isn't really an ending? What if it's an invitation? A chance to build something inside yourself that's so strong, so solid that no one can ever shake it. That's the powerful idea we're going to get into today.
And this right here, this quote just captures it perfectly. It's not about being bitter or blaming anyone. It's about that incredible moment of clarity when you realize that the world getting quiet is sometimes the only way you can finally hear yourself and see yourself, maybe for the very first time.
Okay, so this is where we have to get really clear about two different words. See, loneliness, that's a wound. It's an emptiness that just screams for someone else to come and fill it. But solitude, that's something else entirely. Solitude is a choice. It's that quiet inner voice that reminds you that you're already whole. Getting this difference is the first step, and trust me, it changes absolutely everything.
So that choice, choosing solitude, that's our starting point. This is all about learning to see time by yourself, not as some kind of punishment, but as the very ground you need to build that unshakable foundation.
The ancient Stoics, guys like Epictetus, they were masters of this mindset. This isn't about pretending things don't hurt. It's about making a conscious choice to shift your focus away from what's gone and toward the richness you already have within you. It's about realizing that you, by yourself, are already enough.
So with that idea in mind, let's dive into our first pillar, redefining your connections. Because before we can build ourselves up, we got to take a really honest look at how we connect with the world and, the roles we're playing for other people.
And it all kicks off with this simple question. And be honest with yourself for a second. How much of what you do is a performance? How often does something happen and your first thought isn't to feel it, but to figure out how you're going to post about it, how to frame it just right for an audience, hoping you get the right reaction? This is exactly how that trap works. It starts small, right? You seek a little approval. Then you start making choices based on how you think people will react. You edit your life, you filter the hard stuff, and you curate the good stuff. And before you know it, you've lost the thread. You've lost touch with who you really are. You're standing all alone on top of some mountain you never even wanted to climb in the first place.
And here's the absolute truth of it. Real strength isn't built on a stage for everyone to see. It's forged in private. It's in those quiet moments, in the hard choices you make when nobody's watching. It's in the promises you keep to yourself. That person, that's the strongest version of you.
This brings us to a really important difference, the loyalty of words versus the loyalty of actions. Just look at the comparison. Verbal loyalty, it's cheap, it's loud, it's all for show. But action-based loyalty, it's quiet, it's consistent, it's built on sacrifice, and it only proves its worth when things get tough. Learning to see this difference helps you filter out the noise and find the real connection.
Okay, so once we've started to see our external world a little more clearly, it's time to move to Pillar 2, protecting your inner world. Now we turn the focus inward. This is all about building up our internal defenses and learning to manage our own energy.
And the key concept here is alignment. Now, this isn't some mystical idea, it's actually super practical. Your body keeps score. You can literally feel when your energy is flowing towards someone and when it's being drained away. That feeling? That's data. It's your internal compass, and it's telling you what nourishes you and what's depleting you. So how do you know if you're misaligned? Well, these are the warning signs, and we've all felt them. Think about it. After you're with certain people, do you feel exhausted instead of energized? Insecure instead of confident? Do you feel like they don't even really see you? Or maybe the worst one, do you just feel tolerated but never celebrated? Don't just brush those feelings off. They're telling you something important. So, what's your most powerful tool to protect yourself? It's one word, and it's a complete sentence. No. And you say it without an apology. You never, ever have to feel sorry for protecting your own energy.
And you say it without an explanation. Your boundaries are not up for negotiation or debate.
Because this is the principle behind it all. Your inner peace is your most valuable asset. It is the foundation of your well-being, and it has to be absolutely non-negotiable. You have to guard it fiercely. And that brings us to our final, and honestly, our most important pillar, becoming your own foundation. See, after we've sorted out our external world and protected our inner world, the last piece of the puzzle is to build a character so strong, so reliable, that you become the one person you can always, always count on.
Just let this number sink in for a second. 100 years.
Because in about 100 years, pretty much everyone who knows your name right now will be gone. That reputation you work so hard to protect, those achievements you're chasing,
it's all going to turn to dust. Now, I know that sounds kind of depressing, but it's not. It's actually one of the most liberating thoughts you can have.
This is pure Marcus Aurelius. The idea that our time is short isn't supposed to make us sad. It's supposed to be the ultimate motivator. It just cuts through all the nonsense and forces you to ask the only question that really matters. What am I going to do with this moment, right here, right now? And the answer to that question, well, that leads us to character. Because true character isn't who you are when the spotlight is on. It's who you are in those small, private moments, when nobody is watching and there are zero consequences. That's who you really are.
So, how do you build that? It's not in some big, grand gesture. It's built in tiny, everyday actions. It's built when you keep the promises you make to yourself, when you're brutally honest with yourself about where you fall short. It's built by developing the self-discipline to do the hard thing. And maybe most importantly, by actually living your values, not just talking about them.
And really, this is what it all comes down to. At the end of every story, after every chapter in your life closes and every audience goes home, you're the one who's still there. The most important job you have is to become someone that you respect, someone you trust, and someone you're actually okay being alone with.
And so I'll just leave you with this one final question. When all the noise fades away, when everyone else is gone, who are you left with? Is it someone you're proud of? Is it someone you can count on to get you through? Because ultimately, the answer to that question is everything.